I had cancer 17 years ago when I was diagnosed. There was no internet. I mean, there was an internet, but it was in the very early stages. There were none of the resources that are available, certainly nothing like we're doing today. It would have made all the difference for me. I didn't even have a support group. And so I felt totally alone. And as I said, you know, the people that felt most comfortable to me were ultimately when I met other survivors. But today, there's so much available that it's almost overwhelming to kind of sort through and see what you need and, you know, that sort of thing.
Darryle, when we sat down with you and talked about you coming and being a part of this powerhouse panel, you discussed that you wanted to talk about, you focused on emotional support, and many of the things that you submitted to me, items you'd like to talk about, was about emotional support one way or another. And right then when I asked you that question about how did you feel, or to the whole panel, you were the first one to jump in. So what is it about that feeling of being positive? I see it come up in your blogs and in your writing, and the worry and how to handle that. What kind of advice do you have for women that are dealing with the emotional side of it?
Well, right now, if it's for people, it's hard to say only in the sense that I don't know where they are in their journey. Right. If it's at the beginning, truly, and you know, you're paralyzed by fear. And then on top of that, you start getting everybody saying to you, oh, be positive. Well, that is a trick. That's a trick I couldn't do. You know, I remember somebody giving me a book and it said, don't ever allow yourself to think a negative thought. Okay, well, you try that when you've just heard you have cancer.
Right.
And I think that a lot of women, you feel on top of the fact that you're terrified, you feel you need to feel a certain way. And you can't be negative. You have to be relentlessly positive. And it's simply impossible. And I think women also tend to be very, very hard on ourselves. We also tend not to ask for help when we need it. And I think those are things that are very, very hard to do. And I think having cancer is something that taught me how to do it. And I think that it's something everybody should do. But I want people to not feel this burden to be positive, because I think that really, you know, in some ways people say, well, you know, the more stressed you feel, the worse your cancer is going to be. I went to a survivor conference recently, and it was all about that. You know, the survivors feel this burden to somehow make themselves feel less stressed, and it's a vicious cycle. It's like, you know, catch-22.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Harness, and I want to share with you important information that I believe that every newly diagnosed patient with breast cancer needs to know.
I'm a breast cancer survivor.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
And I want every woman to know
about personalized breast cancer treatment
and the genomic test.
A test that helps guide a woman and her doctor
to the best treatment options for her.
Pass it on.